Hey guys, how's it going? This four-way Mega Man X race is about to start. It's not truly a four-way, it's two different races. The top versus the bottom. Up top it's Zam versus 8bitisgr8. On the bottom, IrregularJinny versus Kirbyfan. And it can be fun to compare the four of them. I'm Mythical9 and these guys are off. Into the intro stage, get your charged buster shots, mash down these big tall guys. Gonna be looking out, see what kind of bees we get. Zam gets a machine gun bee. Kirby's looking really low on life. 8bit as well, I think got a passive. Jinny really low on life as well. Everyone's done with bees. Zam has a little bit too much health. Gonna be looking to lose that before we get to Vile. Same with Kirbyfan. The other two are good, I think. We'll have plenty of opportunity to take damage off these car enemies. Whoa, you don't want that though. You don't want that projectile right there when you're about to make a jump. Here's a couple hits there for Zam. Down to the last grain of rice. Kirbyfan trading shots there, riding on this car. 8bitisgr8 doing a little dance, waiting for more cars. Playing around the health refill. Vile being a little cagey for some of our racers. You want him to hurry up and finish you off as fast as possible. So we see Jinny out in front in the bottom race, and Zam just a little bit ahead up top. Gonna be heading over to Chill Penguin. Jinny's gonna be the first one to drop in, but factoring in the timers, I think they're pretty much neck and neck, Jinny and Zam. 8bitisgr8, not too far behind. Zam is one of the top players in this game. Keep an eye out on some of the little things that Zam does to get ahead through this section. Very quick, spending very little time in the air, jumping off of platforms as soon as it's possible, doing these slope jumps to cut corners. By walking down a slope and jumping, you actually move faster. And even though that section went great for Jinny, Zam makes up almost a second. .8bitisgr8. Very close in the capsule as well. Kirbyfan, not too far behind. Got our dash boots going. And the lockstep between the top and bottom, IrregularJinny and Zam. Zam's going to be the first one into the mech. Very tricky section to optimize coming up. Zam slips off a little bit there. Getting over these snowballs and taking out the turrets is very tricky. 8bitisgr8 going with some turnaround damage boost strats. A little slower, but a lot more consistent. And we're into the Chill Penguin, and now Chill Penguin decides which of these runners is actually going to be ahead. Because every time Chill Penguin decides to slide, you can't do anything about it, you have to wait. Jinny's getting 2 in a row. Zam leaping over the ice clones to get those hits in. Look at the health bars! Fantastic fight from Zam. Jinny's getting those slides. 8-bit is great, done with Penguin now. Well as Jinny. Kirby fan wants a good Penguin to make up some ground. Not really doing the charge shots, relying mostly on the dash lemons. Shooting a lemon while dashing does 2 damage instead of 1. Not getting too many slides. Here's one. Oh, getting frozen though. Trying to sneak in a shot to get in there, does get in there. Sam having a bit of trouble with the opening to Kuwanger's stage. One of the most technical 8 Maverick stages. Anytime you are moving vertically rather than horizontally, it is much tougher to optimize. The players dealing with the turtles very well. 8-bit is great, had a missile camping out on the ladder there, but managed to get around it. Using a nice little trick here by not holding into the spikes and while jumping off of it. You get the animation and the invincibility frames without the damage. Makes that elevator climb a little easier. Lets you keep your health up in case something goes wrong. We'll look at this section from Zam. So clean. Kirbyfan, meanwhile, has snuck off over to Storm Eagle's stage. Not familiar with this route, but I am definitely a beginner. Sam doing the Kawanga dance. Went very well. Now we're into the teleport phase. Textbook fight from Zam. It is great. Not doing the dance and getting Wanger to teleport kind of on top of him. Is now trying to play it safe by going up to the walls, but that makes it very hard to come down and land the hits you need. Also delays things quite a bit. Oh, Kuwanger knew he was coming and just stood still. Caught him with the horns on his head. 8-bit takes a death. IrregularJinny, the kill on Boomer Kuwanger. Kirbyfan finishing off Storm Eagle. Kuwanger take 2 from 8-bit is great. I was trying to go for the dance there, didn't work out. Meanwhile, Zam is well underway through Sting Chameleon. Where's Kirbyfan going next? Flame Mammoth, sure. We got the Storm Tornado. That's Mammoth's weakness. Makes sense to me. Jinny starting Sting Chameleon as well. We've seen people duping the bird. It is for nothing other than the simple joy of producing a bird from nowhere, much like a magic trick. But it's been too tempting for some of our players in this tournament. Take the time to dupe a bird. Into the chameleon fight. Boomerangs left and right. Keeping him in the pattern, things going well. No problems there for Zam. Kirbyfan is not going to be able to use the Boomer Kuwanger weapon. You grab the heart tank here in Mammoth, but otherwise is doing just fine. Jinny had a pretty good stage as well. Skipping the armor in this stage. Jinny doing a bit of a different strat here. Rather than staying in the middle and doing the alternating left-right, we're getting wall jumps and going up way out. Throw it in Jinny's into Sting Chameleon's face. Seen a couple different strats for Sting Chameleon that are definitely harder to do. hard things to do. Zam, the beautiful vertical climb there in Storm Eagle's stage. But yeah, some players just like to keep their hands busy during the Sting Chameleon fight. Zam, death kick, no death, all kick. Moving on. 8-bit is great. Sting Chameleon fight. Sticking to the textbook. Everything goes as planned. Kirbyfan is now off to Boomer Kuwanger. It'll be a while before these routes sync up again. But it looks like we're finally maybe gonna get a little bit back on track. Zam's gonna reach the Storm Eagle fight before Jinny, thanks to a fantastic stage. Jinny stopping to kill these turrets. Zam just went all out. Getting dives from Eagle here. And got more than one, so we're gonna be here a while. Trying to predict it. Guesses correctly. Off-screen kill as well. That's gonna save time on lag. Keep it is great. Going under the platform with the turret. Damage boost off of that one. Ooh, did manage to get onto that platform. I think wasn't suspecting it. Or expecting it. Getting into the Storm Eagle fight. Gets him down. Kirbyfan into this tricky section at the end of Boomer Kuwanger's stage. Using the storms. I like it. Not something you see every day. 8-bit is great is pretty low on health here. I don't think it's gonna be a problem during this Storm Eagle fight. Kirbyfan dashing into Boomer Kuwanger. Getting the horns and dodging it. Teleported right on top. This is pretty close now on the bottom right corner. Does get him down. 8-bit is great as well. Successful on the Storm Eagle fight. Zam had no problems with the Slimer. Something. Thunder Slimer? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's dead. Zam's into the Spark Mandrill fight. Spark Mandrill's invincibility frames run out before the ice does, so you actually want to be shooting just before the ice breaks. Fantastic fight from Zam, dealing with those two punches. Something Spark Mandrill can choose to throw out and catch a lot of players off guard. Kirbyfan into Sting Chameleon stage. Also skipping the armor. Got 4 players playing it pretty risky. Sam's moving on to Flame Mammoth. 8-bit is great is doing Flame Mammoth. Now, you can kind of slot Flame Mammoth in a lot of different places. Once you've got the Storm Tornado that 8-bit is great is putting to use in this boss fight, placing them nice and high in case Mammoth jumps, which we saw a couple times there. You want to be able to get those double hits. Very well executed fight. Zam dashing into the one enemy with the ball and chain, also threw him off and got hit by some spikes later on. Kirbyfan got the lockdown on Chameleon. Took a hit at the end, but that's fine. Jinny's moving on to Armadillo. 8-bit is great into Spark Mandrill. Got 4 players in 4 different stages right now. Heck of a race is going on. It's Flame Mammoth down for Zam. Also had no problems with that fight. Jinny's on the cart. 8bitisgr8 was in that really tricky section, Spark Mandrill stage, that long corridor with all those enemies. Very tricky to place all your shots correctly to get through there without stopping. And it's pretty low on health as well. Needed just a couple more hits to finish off Thunder Slimer. Kirbyfan, also into one of these long sections, in the dark, with the platforms and the enemies. Zam following Jinny into Armadillo stage. Oh, Kirbyfan gets caught by the bubble in the Thunder Slimer fight. Again. It's placing these tornadoes in pretty good places, but hasn't had the opportunity to really get in its face and mash it down. Does get it down. Jinny's having the Armadillo fight. Bit of randomness with Armadillo, how long he bounces around the opening of the fight. See what kind of pattern Zam gets in a little bit, but first 8bitisgr8 going to be taking on Spark Mandrill. Also going with those quick hits. Not getting any punches, easier to deal with. I think that one shot was too early. Kirbyfan taking a hit. Flame Mammoth stage. Again, these enemies need to be prepared for him. Zam's into the Dillo fight, gets no rolls. Nice lingering projectile on the wall there for Zam to finish off Armored Armadillo. 8bitisgr8 following Zam into the Armadillo stage. Jinny's already headed off to launch Octopus, and Kirbyfan has taken a death to Spark Mandrill. Must have been those punches. IrregularJinny going up high. I don't know if that spawns this snake dragon thing in a certain way, or if it reduces lag or what, but a lot of players see them get up as high as they can before the start of that fight. Zam taking a hit using the invincibility frames to get inside these subs. And Jinny's into the octopus fight. Pretty tricky to place these rolling shields correctly with everything that Octopus is spitting out. Can eat a lot of your shots. Been a very good fight so far. Great octopus fight from Jinny. Octopus can waste some time with the swirly whirlpool attack. Didn't see any of it in Jinny's fight. Armadillo's showing us what it can look like when he doesn't want to cooperate. Giving us a lot of rolls. We're seeing some more here, but at least his armor's off so we can hit him. 8bitisgr8 gets him down. Zam heads into the octopus fight. Also getting a great pattern. Look at this. Like clockwork. Getting in and around the fishes, landing those hits cleanly. Another great octopus fight from Zam. Kirbyfan's riding the cart in Dillo. And he's in Flame Mammoth stage. And Zam is done with the 8 Mavericks. One full stage ahead of 8bitisgr8. With Jinny and Kirbyfan, it's a little more unclear. Pretty sure Jinny's ahead. IrregularJinny starting Launch Octopus. Mammoth fight and Dillo fight on the bottom of the screen. Jinny not even bothering to jump up and place those shots. Knows Mammoth is locked into a pattern where he's not going to jump. Gets him down, Dillo down as well. 8-bit is great. Firing the sea stings from a little far. Cutscene skip from Zam. Don't touch the floor is lava. And don't soft lock the game. That's a good way to blow a big lead. 8-bit is great with a good Snake Dragon thing kill in Launch Octopus stage. Jinny's done with 8 Mavericks. Gonna be moving on to Sigma 1. See if I can get a refresh on Kirby, who is still got Octopus to do. So about a stage ahead for the players on the left in their respective races. You see 8-bit is great has chosen to cut off Octopus's arms with Boomerang. And that limits some of the things Octopus can do, including the swirly whirlpool that wastes your time. Does mean you have to deal with all those missiles. With Zero's demise, we can now charge up our Buster. Get the charged Chameleon Sting, which is just straight up invulnerability for a short period of time. Incredibly useful in the speedrun. Gets a ton of use through the remaining stages. Cutscene skip for Jinny is successful. 8-bit is great. Taking a hit at the start. Sigma 1 goes for the leap of faith and gets it. As Jinny has a pretty good Vile fight. And Zam is done with the Kawangaree fight. 8-bit is great. Taking the hits. Getting down to the health required. Activate the Vile fight. Doesn't. Having a bit of trouble there. Up in the air. Doesn't touch the ground. Kirbyfan also cut the arms off the octopus and gets him down. Slams into the bow spider fight. Oh! Doesn't read the pattern. Spider just had to ask him a question, taps him on the shoulder, and he explodes. Who knew? I had no idea he was going to explode, officer. I just wanted to ask him a question. Fairly quick death, but a death nonetheless. Showing that even players at Zam's level can bleed. We're seeing 8-bit is great doing the Vile fight with the portrait remaining on screen. Vile's going off screen a little bit, giving some trouble. Kirbyfan not going for the leap of faith and playing it really safe on these platforms. Pretty much a flawless bow spider from Zam. We'll see how Jinny does. This Kirbyfan is also setting up for this cutscene skip. Spring section not going too cleanly there. Pretty low on health. 8-bit is great. Ooh, Jinny, I think, misread that one. Thought the spider was going to be further away, dashed in, ended up right next to it. Very tricky to read where the spider is going to go. You can play along at home. I definitely get it wrong. Pretty often. Jinny has a pretty good fight. Couple of slides here from Penguin for Zam. Finishes him off just as 8bitisgr8 is finished off by Boomer Kawanger. That's gonna send him back through this spring section that gave them trouble. It goes perfect this time. Kirbyfan's in the Vile fight. Rolling shield goes astray. And that means you can't shoot again while that thing is rolling. Pretty annoying. You really don't want to miss with that weapon if you can help it. IrregularJinny. Kawanger take 2. Pinned up against the wall a little bit. It's looking good from here on out. Zam into the Storm Eagle refight. Eagle's going up top. 1 dive. Many dives. Penguin's down for Jinny. Bird's dying on the left side of the screen. Storm Eagle as well. Mid-explosion. I'm using the Roland shield there. Kirbyfan into the Kawanger fight. 8bitisgr8 on Bow Spider. IrregularJinny. Storm Eagle boss fights from all 4 players, all different bosses. Rangda Bangda from Zam in the top left. Gets the blue eye. That's what you want to see. Green eyes, not what you want to see. Only lands 1 hit. Bow Spider. I think 8bitisgr8 just missed that hit. If you're going for the charged ice, you need to be right next to the spider to hit with that ice sled attack. Damn, it cleans up Rangda Bangda. IrregularJinny done with Storm Eagle. 8bitisgr8 still in this bow spider fight. Getting pretty close to the end. Nice simple pattern being on the right side of the screen, easy to deal with. Cleans that up. Kirbyfan starting their boss fight. Zam's looking for Dillo skip. Ice sled pushes Zam through the door. Keeps the cutscene that spawns Dillo from happening. Camera position is what's important there. And then spawning Armadillo just for fun. Zam is all about that fun. IrregularJinny in the Rangda Bangda fight. Zam showing off the charged Chameleon Sting and the lingering projectile luring Chameleon and the projectile over to the top right corner. That was fun. Jinny done with Rangda Bangda. 8bitisgr8, hoping for no slides and gets one right at the end on Chill Penguin. Kirbyfan just needs 1 more hit on Bow Spider. You want to play it a little safer. You don't think you can read the spider's movements and get next to it in time, you can shoot the ice projectile without charging it up. IrregularJinny's looking for the Dillo skip. No, too far to the left puts you on top of the platform. But too far to the right and you go through that door the way that Jinny just did. Camera's up. We're going to see a Dillo fight from Jinny, as Zam is already done with Spark Mandrill. IrregularJinny is refighting Storm Eagle. Jinny'd rather not be fighting Dillo at all, but the fight is going well. Zam into the octopus fight. Kirbyfan into the penguin fight. 1 slide for Kirby. Storm Eagle is down for 8-bit. Zam is having a beautiful octopus fight again. No swirlies, not missing any hits. Always there to put Octopus back in those iframes, land those hits. Nice job. Chameleon from Jinny now. Using this same strat of staying on the left and jumping way out. A little slower, I think. You can see Sting Chameleon's getting out of those invincibility frames for a little bit on that right side. We're seeing the drills that you don't see too often being put to use on Rangda Bangda from 8bitisgr8. Is swapping to the Chameleon Sting. that does the most damage. Zam is done with Flame Mammoth. Jinny is into Spark Mandrill. Kirbyfan and Storm Eagle. 8-bit is great with a pretty clutch finish on the Rangda Bangda fight. Zam is into D-Rex. Getting a pretty tame pattern so far, just very gently trying to ram him into the wall. Knows exactly how long that lightning attack takes to charge up, places those shots correctly, dashes under it. A great D-Rex fight from Zam. 8-bit is great, looking for a Dillo skip. Gets hit, and then what was that? Just went off the edge, had a platform lingering after the death. Like some kind of frozen tombstone. Definitely not the Dillo skip 8-bit is great was looking for. Oh! I see, the camera moved up, so 8-bit is taking the death to try again at the skip. Faster to die and get the skip than it is to just do the fight. Very important that the camera stays low. Oh, the hit. Keeps taking that hit, keeps getting the camera up. Eventually, this is going to be a game over. It is. 8-bit is great. Having to menu back in. Zam is done with the Velgarder. Did not take a hit. So it seems like Zam is going to have some leeway on this fight. 8-bit is great. Camera's still good. Camera's still good. Oh, using a damage boost setup, but does get the Dillo skip. Gets that monkey off their back, is going to be able to move on. Kirbyfan surviving Rangda Bangda. Jedi Sigma from Zam. Very smooth. Jinny's into the D-Rex fight. Also opening up with this very tame pattern. Gets stunned a little bit on the wall. Kirbyfan looking to make up some time on 8-bit is great. Oh, the camera moved and couldn't get back out in time. Kirbyfan gonna be fighting Dillo as well. Wolf Sigma from Zam. Incredibly scary fight. Not a lot of patterns, if any, to what Wolf Sigma decides to throw out. If that right claw decides to come in, if the lightning decides to come in, if they work together, there are some really tough, tricky things to deal with, but Zam gets a relatively tame Wolf Link, is going to finish in first. A final SRL time of 32:28. D-Rex is down for Jinny. 8-bit is great, finishing off, I think that was Mandrill. Gonna be moving on to Octopus, Kirbyfan. Sting Chameleon. Jinny's doing the left and rights on the climb up to Wolf Sigma. A whole Sigma fight, I suppose. 8-bit is great, is pretty low on health after Octopus here. Has some options to refill. Velgarder fight for Jinny. Playing it pretty safe. Escaping to the walls. Relying on the shotgun effect of the ice to spread out and get those hits. Finishes Velgarder without getting hit. 8-bit is great. Has opted for the refill before taking on Mammoth. Kirbyfan gets swallowed by a fish there for a little bit, but breaks right out of it. Jedi Sigma from Jinny. Very tricky to get off the wall far enough so that your spark does not inside the wall where it can't make contact. Adds an extra wrinkle. Everything else you have to do in this fight. One more. Gonna be good. 8-bit is great. Moving on to the D-Rex fight. Placed the boomerang just a little bit too late. You throw that boomerang out when you're on your way down. Boomerang's not going to curve up. With a nice long shot curve around. Jinny's down to 2 health. The claw. Not letting him back up. Just slams him against the side. That is death for Jinny. How are we looking on ammo? Lots of rolling shield. Do we need ice? Do we need spark? Definitely at least some spark. So Jinny's going to be farming here for a little bit. Kirbyfan is coming in the mammoth fight. Lures mammoth over to the far side before taking them out. Unfortunately, that darn conveyor belt is going to undo all of that forward progress. Kirbyfan into the D-Rex fight. Got stunned a little bit there. Gets this lightning ball pattern. This is kind of what you want to see. Is playing it safe and dodging over rather than dashing under. Does get chomped there. Very narrowly avoids getting squished. And that is D-Rex down. Jinny's ready for take 2 in the Velgarder fight. 8-bit is great onto Jedi Sigma. Velgarder lands a hit. Every point of health is important. Jedi Sigma going well. 8-bit is great. We'll see if Jinny can follow suit. Oh, just a little bit too far away from the wall to get hit by that one. Kirbyfan into the fight as well. Just a short moment. Those shockwaves not jumping far enough away from the wall to land those hits. 8-bit is great. Immediately dies to Wolf Sigma. Didn't even have a chance. Kirbyfan has already taken 1 hit on Velgarder. Doesn't want to take another, so is playing it pretty safe, retreating to the walls. Wolf Sigma for IrregularJinny. Gets hit once by the claw, cannot get hit by anything now. Claw backed him up into the corner. That limits your options. Is staying on the claw, not getting squished in the ceiling. Lots of movement from this left claw. Very scary stuff. The lightning, at least you know where it's going to be. But the claw movements can be very hard to deal with. But Jinny does. Wolf Sigma down with the final SRL time of 37:52. IrregularJinny's going to take it on the bottom race. Kirbyfan done with Jedi Sigma. 8-bit is great. Out to start. See how this Wolf Sigma goes. This is a great opener so far. Relatively tame claws. Does it do anything? It does something there. Backs him into the corner and gets hit by the claws on the way down. It's really scary when the lightning is up against the wall. Your safe spot is to go to the wall when that lightning comes out. One more hit, no. Tried to go for 1 hit on the way down. Didn't, woo. Narrowly avoiding damage there on the claw. Gets the last 2 hits. Kirbyfan. It's done with Wolf Sigma. 8-bit is great. Takes another death. Gonna need a moment to refill here, but Kirby's SRL time is 39:17. It is great as reset the timer. And confirmation from the person asking in chat, Jinny did get Iceless first try. Part of why I missed it was because it was so fast. Will Sigma just exploding forever. And then a reset from... Not even the satisfaction. Credits roll. All business is Kirby fan. Ready to move on to the next game. So is 8bitisgr8. Would love to be done with this Sigma fight right now. It's already taken one hit in the Velgarder fight. I think it was a body hit because it seems to have done a little more damage. Oh my goodness. Slashed in half by Sigma in the Jedi phase. Good news is you don't have to farm a whole lot. Bad news is you have to deal with this dog again. You have to make this climb again. You have to mash through this text box again. It can be hard to keep your cool. I think the problem here is we didn't have 8bits audio. Now that we're listening in, we're properly focused. Let's get this fight going proper. Missed one hit, but hasn't missed one since. Oh my goodness. Not only did 8bitisgr8 miss the hit, but jumped up into that heal. Doesn't want to use the rolling shield to farm here. Is going to be doing the buster. Gets the 1-up. Game overs may be preferable in this situation, so 1-ups are not what you want to see from these enemies. If 8bitisgr8 wants a chance against Zam in Game 2, it's going to need to be able to do this Sigma fight. So just for the sake of confidence, 8bitisgr8 would like to close out this fight. No hits from the Velgarder. Jedi Sigma, 4th or 5th time I think we've seen this from 8bitisgr8. Takes a body hit. Look at the damage. Oh, playing it really close, staying up there. Sigma's got a pretty... Wow, going nuts with the sparks, but does get the swaggy right side kill. Can't get hit by much of anything here in the final phase, though. The claw knows he's gonna jump right up, holds its ground. 8bitisgr8 immediately is skewered and has forfeited. That is gonna end the race. There is a game 2 that I will start to set up in just a moment. But that can't be good. You're up against an incredibly tough opponent. And you just failed 4 or 5 times to close out the fight. Even if Zam runs into trouble and 8bitisgr8 has that window of opportunity, it's gonna be hard to capitalize. But we'll see. We'll see if 8bitisgr8 maybe just moving on and wiping that all from their mind. Maybe that's what they need. rather than banging their head. My name is spelt with an I on purpose. But you're right, the word mythical is indeed spelt with a Y. Players have all rejoined for race 2. Looking to get it underway. Zam took game 1 on top, Jinny on the bottom. Rather convincingly, too. Got the dot ready from our players. Let's go ahead and kick off game 2. And while we wait for them to get started, the I is because MITH stands for Matt in the Hat, which was my first online handle. But it was using like underscores and it looked messy when they were stuck together, so I shortened it to MITH, and then that was always taken, so I turned it into mythical. And that's the story of how I got here. The 9 is because mythical is already taken, and 9 is the highest number that you can get with one character, so it's better. I'm pretty worried that the other mythical is me and I just forgot the password. I never did figure that out, but at this point I don't know if I'd switch. I've come to embrace the 9. Well, let's get back into the race. Bees everywhere. Jinny down to 2 health. 8bitisgr8, Kirbyfan, and Zam. All done with their bees. Zam's pretty healthy, gonna have to take a couple hits. The art of taking damage while not losing time. Zam will show it to us. It's probably going to involve some cars. Again, getting that shot from that car. And here we go. Getting pushed along by the car. Taking the damage needed. And yep, we are in best of 3 in the group stage. You want to be low on health because this fight against Vile coming up in the intro stage is unwinnable. So you want to lose as fast as possible. And Vile won't end the fight with this stun and grab sequence until you're low on health. Vile, please. Kirbyfan, fallen behind. Because Vile just couldn't stand still. Pretty random if Vile grabs you and progresses things in a smooth fashion. Zam teleporting out first. Jinny 8bitisgr8 just behind. Followed by Kirbyfan. Are we going to see the same route from Kirby? No, all 4 players going to Chill Penguin. I wonder if it was a mismenu last time. And rather than reset and switch stages, Kirbyfan just rolled with it. It'll be pretty difficult to say what would be truly faster in a given situation, but I'd be impressed if Kirbyfan improvised that route last time. But this time, all 4 players going to Chill Penguin. I'm running into a bit of trouble there. that first platform, doing these turnaround slope jumps. By moving down on a slope and jumping, you move a little faster. Even if it means turning around for a split second. It can be worth it to do it. Zam's the first one to the capsule. Jinny and 8bitisgr8 right behind. Kirbyfan, trouble with this bat. Does get it down, another one comes to join the party. Kirbyfan is really just wants up there. Maybe be able to move on here. Zam's got the dash boots, away we go. Dashing through the snow. We're into the mech. We're out of the mech. All we wanted was to get up top. 8bitisgr8 and Jinny as well, close behind Zam. Kirbyfan's got the dash boots now. Looking to keep pace. Zam with some well-placed shots on these turrets. 8bitisgr8 and Jinny are not racing each other. But it is fun to see how close they are. And they're not too far behind Zam, who's into the Chill Penguin fight. What kind of penguins are we going to get today? One slide for Zam and 8bitisgr8. One for Jinny. We are 1-1-1. 8bitisgr8 is 2. 2 for Zam now. 2-2-1. 3-2-1. 4-2-1. 4-3-1. 4, 3, and 1. Slides for Zam, 8bit, and Jinny. Kirbyfan, at least 2 there. 8bitisgr8 had more slides, but is just doing the hits clean. And kept pace with Jinny, who only got 1. Kirbyfan just chewing through these ice clones. Doesn't want to try to jump over them and get in close. Oh, needs one more hit here. Penguin's nice enough to jump up where he's vulnerable. Zam with a damage boost up to that ledge. Good stuff. Just dashing straight through the turtles. Oh, it does get hit by the ladder, but is able to drop off and kick off the wall. Gonna be making use of this glitch again to get these invincibility frames. Turtles going well for Jinny and 8bitisgr8. Also into the elevator sequence. You basically want a wall kick. Ooh, yeah, Zam. Jumping the gun a little bit there. You can use your invincibility frames to do a couple of those wall kicks. And get up ahead of the elevator, but those frames ran out. And Zam still had a couple more kicks on those spikes to go, so very smartly recognizing that. Getting held up a little bit on these platforms more than he did the first time around is Zam. Jinny went for Iceless last time, got it first try. Now that we're watching, how does it go? Not so great, and then second try. If we want to count that first one. We could call that first one a false start and call it first try. I'd be willing to let that slide. And Kirbyfan, this is the route. From Chill Penguin into Storm Eagle. Making it harder for us to follow. Try our best. Boomer Kawanger fights for everyone else. Zam's goes very well. 8bitisgr8 just got thrown into the ceiling, so not going as well. Wow, that does not kill. Barely getting away from a lot of these attacks from Boomer Kawanger. 8bitisgr8 holding on tooth and nail. And is now into this teleport phase. This is a much safer part of the fight. He's able to just sit in the middle and throw those shots out. Keeping step with IrregularJinny. Both players losing more and more ground to Zam. Zam is one of the top players. It's not surprising. See them pull away a little bit. Kirbyfan is done with Storm Eagle. Zam doing a fantastic job of dodging all those rocks. Did miss the dash input that one little bit there, and slows down yet again to dupe that bird. People just cannot resist producing the bird. Falling rocks from 8-bit and Jinny. 8-bit is great, takes 2 hits. Jinny takes 1. Still neck and neck with each other. It's Kirbyfan is moving on to Flame Mammoth. Zam half a stage ahead going through the door. Sting Chameleon. Zam doesn't really mess around in this fight. Just stick in the middle. Kirbyfan's going down low here in Mammoth. Underneath those enemies. Does not have the Boomer Kwanger Claw, so is not going to be able to snatch the Heart Tank the way some of our other players might opt to. Don't think we saw it from anyone last race. Jinny doing this fight the way that they do it. Synchronized kills from 8-bit and Jinny. Only those two were racing. What a close match we'd have. Zam is riding the platforms up. Another strong opening to Storm Eagle's stage. Kirbyfan is done with Flame Mammoth. We saw Death Kick from Zam last run. Alright, Storm Eagle from Zam is down. How many dives? You tell me. 8-bit is great and Jinny. Still neck and neck all the way through Storm Eagle's stage. Will dives split them apart. We're seeing them for Jinny. Just one. But it's enough to give 8-bit the lead, who got 0 dives. Just a small second or two. Last run, Zam finished in just over 32 minutes. Some of our other players finished in around the 37, 39 minute mark. That's kind of the window you're looking at for completion time. Kirbyfan heading into the Boomer Kwanger fight. Thunder Slimer for Zam. Stuck on the bottom of the screen. And Thunder Slimer's not coming down. Makes the best of that bad situation. Kwanger fight for Kirby. Retreating to the walls. And now playing it safe in the middle of the room. Thunder Slimer for Jinny. Firing that Cyclone on the floor is not going to help out. Gets hit, but gets an opportunity to mash down Thunder Slimer. Kirbyfan done with Kwanger. Zam heading into Spark Mandrill's fight. 8-bit is great. Almost done with Flame Mammoth. Just need to take out said Flame Mammoth itself. Tornadoes placed very well, dodging the flames, and an off-screen kill. Sam having no problems with Spark Mandrill. Kirbyfan into the Falling Rock section of Sting Chameleon. And Jinny about to kick off Spark Mandrill as well. Getting right up close there. Retreating afterwards just in case that punch comes out. Not really getting it, but got it for just a frame there. Frozen in the punch, unable to land it. Spark Mandrill's down for Jinny. Sam's moving on to Flame Mammoth. Kirbyfan done with Sting Chameleon stage, heading into the boss fight. It is great. Going with Buster strats through these dark corridors. A Thunder Slimer. Tornado up high, hoping it comes down. Stuck to the floor. Not. Needs to go up and get it. It does come down. He is able to mash it pretty good there with the... Ooh. Almost got away from him, but able to track it down and finish it off. Jinny's riding the cart in Dillo. Kirbyfan is done with Sting Chameleon, and Zam doing the Mammoth fight. Able to place those tornadoes, so the jump from Mammoth was not a problem. It is great. Wants this safety heart. No problem collecting it. Sam teleports out of Mammoth as 8-bit is great. 8-bit is great. Is once again bustering through the dark corridor. Moving on to the Spark Mandrill fight. Jinny successfully exits the cart just before the Armadillo fight. Seeing Zam on the cart as well. No problems from Spark Mandrill for 8-bit is great. Thunder Slimer bouncing around at the bottom, being a nuisance. Kirbyfan sticking with the tornadoes. And Jinny is done with Armadillo. Sam on the cart. Passing up the safety heart. See a lot of players opt to pick that one up. Much like Kirbyfan is picking that one up. Spark Mandrill stage. It is great. Also, into this Armadillo stage. Jinny is moving on to Octopus. Zam's about to start the fight. What kind of pattern are we gonna get? Nice. Spark Mandrill for Kirbyfan. Jinny is dashing away and turning around to land hits on this sub. Spark frozen just in front. Kirbyfan finishes off Mandrill. Sam's teleporting out of Dillo. 8-bit is great is on the next cart, and Jinny and making smooth progress and launch Octopus's stage. Going up top to show off the sub there. See how this water snake goes. It's gonna be a pretty laggy situation here. Didn't get the quick kill he was looking for. 8-bit is great, gets Dillo's armor off. Sub Problem for Zam. Jinny into the launch octopus fight. Saw some good octopus fights in Game 1. Game 2, we're seeing a swirly. And 2, Jinny actually canceling it up at the top of the screen. There is a chance that octopus kind of gets you in an infinite, just kind of just takes all your health up there. So it's a little risky to jump into it and cancel the attack. But Jinny gets away with it. Finishing the fight at low health and making the best of those bad patterns. Kirbyfan not going to be using the boomerang to get the heart, it's just going to go up and get it himself. Zam also into the octopus fight. Oh, takes a death. Rolling shield. That spark. I think that's rolling shield. About halfway gone for Zam. We'll need to conserve that energy in this fight. Don't want to miss any shots. And it's pretty easy to miss shots with all the things that Launch Octopus is constantly spitting out. Dillo for Kirby. Armor is off. It is great. Didn't quite get the quick kill on the water snake. Some players cut off Octopus's arms with the Boomerang weapon that they all have, and some don't. So a little slower, but a little more consistent. Zam's the first one done with 8 Mavericks. Jinny's sizing up their 8th. Flame Mammoth. 8-bit is great, just hammering on the Boomerang weapon. Completely drained it, but as see the armless octopus, a little easier to deal with. Trading a couple hits, but always making sure to get the attacks off in a way that keeps the damage going for Octopus. So a very good fight. Jinny as well. Done with Mammoth. Zam is in Sigma 1. Not touching the floor. To initiate the cutscene skip. We've seen one soft lock in this cutscene before. Didn't tell you the details. How that happens or how to avoid it. But I know it is fairly avoidable. Still something you gotta think about. Jinny was thinking about going for the leap of faith, but thought better of it at the last moment. 8-bit is great. Also on this climb. The routes diverged a little bit, but they synced back up, and 8-bit is great and Jinny are still, after all 8 Mavericks, very close to each other. Cutscene skips for Jinny and 8-bit. Kirbyfan looking to finish off Octopus. One more hit. Gets it cleanly. Zero's broken out of the capsule and exploding good and proper. That's what we'd like to see. Zam putting that newfound charged chameleon sting invulnerability to work. I think was trying to go for the Boomerang skip. Incredibly difficult luck-based trick, requires a drop from an enemy and then is also very precise on top of it. That's about all I know about it. A couple of people have gone for it in the tournament. No one's pulled it off. It doesn't cost too much time to try once. And of course, Drago has put up the bounty for anyone who does it in a race. $5. Slightly higher bounty if you do it in the semifinals. These Mega Man X runners, they've taken every chance they've had to show off some swag and all kinds of things. So a Boomer Kuwanger skip is right up their alley. I can't tell if it's just one person who started it and now they're all trying to one-up each other or what, but we've seen some stuff in these races, man. This time Zam has kept it rather simple, rather clean. Like the song. It is effective. Boomer Kuwanger for 8-bit is great. Jinny's already done. Cutscene skip for Kirbyfan. And Bow Spider has been going and is gone for Zam. Kirbyfan's stream was hitching up on me a little bit. Was worried there was a soft lock, but it's fine. Jinny's into the Bow Spider fight. 8-bit is great just behind. A missed hit there, I think, for Jinny. Maybe not. That was one for 8-bit. As Zam moves on to Chill Penguin. Kirbyfan's done with Vile. Zam gets a slide. One more hit for Jinny. Bow Spider is dead. Penguin is dead. 8-bit is great. Came into this fight just behind Jinny. Dropped a couple cycles in this fight. And is now behind by a fair bit. Zam already moving on. Into the Storm Eagle fight. Kirbyfan, Boomer Kuwanger. Playing it pretty safe from up high. Using the missiles. Storm Eagle down for Zam. Chill Penguin down for IrregularJinny. 8-bit is great is not actually racing against Jinny. But if we want this to stay close, we don't want to see any more slides from Penguin. There's one. Second one of this fight, followed immediately by another. Cut it out, Penguin! One more hit. One last slide. 5 slides. Not great. Zam into the ring to bang to fight. Gets both eyes down. Great fight from Zam. Bow Spider for Kirby. Playing it safe. Attacking from afar. The ice weapon. A death from 8-bit is great. Where's the checkpoint? How far back? I don't think it was too bad. As Jinny is done with Storm Eagle. Zam is moving on, looking for a Dillo skip. The camera scrolled up, so we are gonna see a Dillo fight from Zam. You want that ice sled to push you into the door. Gets you into the door without moving the camera. Camera being out of position prevents Dillo from spawning. Didn't quite work out there for Zam. Again with that shot on the wall. Pretty swag. Double green eye for Jinny. Having a bit of trouble with Rangda Bangda. Doesn't want to finish off the nose too early. Blue eye. Easier to work with. Red's not too bad either. Both eyes down. Pretty low on Chameleon Sting, but we're gonna have enough. One more shot. Zam showing us the charged Kuwanger, or charged Sting Chameleon fight with Boomer Kuwanger's weapon. Jinny successfully defeats Rangdabangda. 8-bit is great. Into the fight as well. Blue Eye lands 2 hits. Back into this wall's closing section. The nose is dead. Gonna have to take out the eyes and does. Kirbyfan finishing off Penguin. Sam starting Mandrill. Dillo skip for Jinny. Making up some ground on Zam. And takes a hit on top of Mandrill. See if they opt for a refill. Chameleon Fright from Jinny. Successful Dillo skip from 8-bit. There's the refill for Zan. Using the Kwanger weapon to snatch it. A long distance shot from Jinny to finish off Chameleon. Gets you right next to the door. Storm Eagle's diving for Kirbyfan. He's dead now. Octopus for Zan. Got the Whirlpool once. Not too bad. Sting Chameleon down for 8-bit is great. Jinny's into the Sparked Mandrill fight. Gets punched. Or he gets punched again. Rebound projectile from off the wall. Gonna take out Mandrill. 8-bit is great's turn. Jumping over the punch. Putting the punch again, but now Mandrill's in the middle of the stage. It's a little harder to deal with, so we're shooting the projectiles into the wall from up high to stay away from any punches. It is great. Handling that situation very well. Zam is done with Flame Mammoth. Rangdabangda for Kirbyfan. One eye is down. Oh, didn't quite land the shot on that eye. That would have been nice. Would have been able to clean up this fight here, but now we're going to get an extra cycle. Doesn't want to kill that nose, even though the eye is one shot away. Going with some charged buster strats on this nose. Needs one more cycle. Zam is in the D-Rex fight. Took a hit earlier, but is going to be through. Jinny going up top. Sting and Vulnerability for the refills. 8-bit is great with the Octopus fight. Arms cut off. Octopus defeated. Jinny heading into Flame Mammoth. Tornadoes placed just so. As Zam begins the climb into the final fight. Kirbyfan gets the Dillo skip. Everyone but Zam got the Dillo skip. Mammoth for 8-bit is great. Gets tagged by the flames once. Wrong way conveyor belt's gonna put 8-bit all the way on the left side of the screen. Jinny dashing under D-Rex's projectiles. Just barely avoids getting hit at the end there. Zam is into the Jedi Sigma phase. 8-bit is great is starting the D-Rex fight. Sparks are well placed for Zam. Jedi Sigma is down. 8-bit is great gets chomped by D-Rex. That is a death. How much Kwanger ammo do we have? Wolf Sigma for Zam. Landed on the edge of the claw. Dodging the lightning, but staying up high to land these hits. Oh, we're off the claw. We're off the claw. Back up. Code red. We're back on. One more hit. And there it is. Wolf Sigma defeated. For Zam. Zam's gonna win 2-0. Up on the top race. Jinny's looking to close it out on the bottom. into the Jedi Sigma phase. Let's listen in. Audio's a little quiet for Jinny, so listen hard. Landing those hits. 8-bit is great. Done with D-Rex, moving on to Sigma fight as well. This gave 8-bit is great a mountain of trouble in game 1. See if they can conquer Sigma this time around. Jinny's moving up into the Wolf Sigma fight. Right claw placed up high. Awkward to deal with, so Jinny takes a hit. Half health. Wall jumps off the side. Lightning from the left claw. The right claw came in for the distraction. The left claw hit Jinny with the lightning. That is a death. Kirbyfan is in this Flame Mammoth fight. Bit is great. Jedi Sigma. Has taken a little bit of damage, but otherwise is looking fairly solid for Wolf Sigma. Kirbyfan into the D-Rex fight. Whoa, goes right, is trapped behind D-Rex during that attack. I wonder if you can actually use that to your advantage, but doesn't like it back there. Dashes out to the left. Sub-tank gets used. Oh, so low on life, but so is D-Rex. There's the kill. 8-bit is great. Wolf Sigma. Lightning. Another death to Sigma for 8-bit is great. Can't just shake this. Jinny's ready for take 2. Playing it really safe on the Velgarder fight. If Jinny dies again, Kirbyfan is right there to capitalize. It's getting close in this bottom race. Can Kirbyfan pull off the upset? And yeah, if you die in Sigma after using most of your sparks on the Jedi phase, you will need to farm to get more. If you've got a sub-tank that you want to refill, you also need to farm for that. Kirby in the Velgarder fight. Playing it very cautiously, staying very high. Doesn't want to get leapt upon by this eager dog who's just running back and forth. One more hit, Velgarder's down, Jedi Sigma's down for Jinny. 8-bit is great, about to start Jedi Sigma. Has already taken a bunch of damage from Velgarder. Wolf Sigma for Jinny, here we go. What is the claw gonna do? Nothing yet. Jinny's up top. In the position. Right claw. All the way to the corner. Looked pretty scary, but Jinny doesn't take any damage. Wolf Sigma's half dead. This has been a great fight. Much more cooperative. One more hit. And Jinny is gonna close the door on game number 2. Kirbyfan did all they could to keep pace and to be there if the opportunity came. Jinny dropped that fight. Kirbyfan would have been there to capitalize. Is low on health here in Wolf Sigma. Riding that claw. Right claw comes in. Just shaking things up a bit. Some lightning from the left claw. Looking pretty dormant. Nope, we're getting double there. 2 more hits. 1 more hit. A very solid Wolf Sigma Kirbyfan with a 37, 44 on the timer, 49 on SRL. Jinny, just 48 seconds ahead. Official SRL time of 37:01. And Zam finished a little bit ago. Official SRL time of 33:02. 8-bit is great. Doesn't want to end today without killing this darn boss. Out of sparks is now having to buster Jedi Sigma. A PB for Kirbyfan. Hats off to them. Look at how close this race is on the bottom section of your screen. 48 seconds apart. Kirbyfan put the pressure on IrregularJinny. Jinny was able to stick through it. Claw comes in from the right. 8-bit is great. Didn't want to stay up high, tried to drop down low. Couldn't get there fast enough. That is another death to Wolf Sigma. Between game 1 and 2, we're looking at more deaths to Wolf Sigma than I care to count. That I'm sure 8-bit cares to count as well. Energy and happy thoughts, send them their way. 8-bit could use them right about now. Doesn't have many safeties, picked up a couple hearts. I don't think has a sub-tank. Having a bit of fun with the tornado. It's good to stay loose. Don't let this fight get in your head. Just do it like you always do. Bellgarter. Bad dog. Looking to deny him the biscuit. Wow. The last second shot against the wall. It's gonna give 8-bit the perfect Bellgarter fight. On to Jedi Sigma. Playing pretty fast and loose with some of those spark shots over to the right. Ooh, goes way up. Is gonna barely have enough spark to make this work. Well, no, not if you fire all three like that. Is gonna have to buster the last few hits here. But the way 8-bit was using those sparks, it's not too different from using the buster. Was able to adapt very well. But took a hit. It's down to half health. Wolf Sigma behave. Does have a sub-tank. My mistake. Refilled. Moving in. Left claw lets us get up. Immediately eats a lightning bolt to the face. Cannot have one of those again. Claw. Oh. Unable to deal with the right claw coming in. 8-bit. Clearly frustrated with this boss. Is thinking about it. And it's thinking no more. It's time to farm. It's time to get back on that robot horse. Try once again. We'll need a lot of spark. Energy from chat, that's the right idea. Can be very tempting to give up in situations like this. But I've seen several people say they played the race out because chat wanted to see it. Didn't look at the Wii menu there for a little bit. Just psyching ourselves up. Belgarder fight. Jumping over the dog. Dodging the projectiles. Takes one hit, but a very fast fight. Not a lot of iframes for the Velgarder. You can fire those shots really rapidly. Jedi Sigma, once again. Being a little less aggressive with the sparks. Going for these left side wall hits. Staying up high on that phase. Shots off to the right, not quite finding their mark. Obviously the most important thing is staying alive. The sooner Sigma dies, the less time you have to spend staying alive. Landing those hits is important. Into the Wolf Sigma phase yet again. I think can maybe take a lightning shot, but I don't know. Let's not find out. Right claw. Okay, could have mixed things up and fought from the right side of the screen. It would be pretty weird though. That right claw never wants to leave 8-bit alone. This is a great opener to the fight. Tried to get on the right side of the claw. Dodged the lightning, goes a little bit too far, slips off. Pinned on the left side. We're down. No sub-tank. Yes, sub-tank. Where's the lightning? Oh, just outside the range. I wasn't sure. 2 hits. 1 more hit. There it is. Just needed some energy from chat. That was it. That was enough to push 8-bit over the top. Final SRL time of 45-16. Not what 8-bit was hoping for. But at this point, probably just happy that this boss is dead. Everyone out there in chat, give it up for our 4 runners. Their links are in chat. If you want to follow any of those streams, check them out. But the final result of today's matches, Zam 2-0 over 8-bit, Jinny 2-0 over Kirbyfan. Game 2, a nail biter, 48 seconds apart. Kirbyfan with the PB. Getting denied by Jinny. And that's going to do it for our Mega Man X broadcast tonight and for most of Speed Gaming. We got our Link to the Past daily happening on twitch.tv/speedgaming2. But other than that, we're all done. If you liked what you saw from the Mega Man X races, then you might be interested in that MMX command. Check out the bracket, upcoming matches, VODs of past matches. It's all there. These matches today will end up there eventually. Archived for all of history.
Lol.
People. That was a good stream.
Voices.
Fucking lol.
Coming through. Let's mute that one. Bring things down a little bit. Thanks so much for coming out, checking out Mega Man X. Want to head over to Speed Gaming 2? Check out the Link to the Past randomizer daily. You can do that. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.